Hello. Yes, that was from fucking Mrs. Doubtfire. And could you believe it? They're making a goddamn sequel. It blows my fucking mind. I mean, what are they gonna do? Have an old Robin Williams play a fucking corpse of an old lady? I mean, Jesus Christ, fucking Hollywood, we're losing it. Okay. Anyways, update on my build. Two-handed. I went cleave and morphed it to brawler, and this bad boy does AoE damage, bleeds, and then gives me a damage shield per enemy hit, which is pretty badass. Good for survivability. A lot better than my dual wield so far, overall. This is an uppercut. Good amount of damage, stuns, and knocks back the target. Now this has a 1-second cast. Everything else in this game is pretty much instant. Instant, 0.8, instant. So this thing seems like it takes forever compared to everything else, because it winds up, yeah, boom, and uppercuts him with his sword. It seems like it takes forever, but I think the payoff's pretty good on normal PvE mobs. It doesn't work on bosses, which sucks, but fuck it. I noticed in my last sewer run that I was using this on bosses, and that was a waste of stamina. I should have just been winding up a heavy attack and doing some light attacks and cleaves and fucking whatever else. Lotus Fan, that's my blink in ability. It's awesome. Teleport right in. Do magic damage. I fucking snare the mobs. It's all around a beautiful ability, and I love it so much. My invisible, my vanish, has been morphed into a 80% critical strike chance on my next attack. So I'll pop this either to get the hell out of combat or to wind up a heavy attack and do a shitload of damage. I love it. And my killer's blade. How I love you so. So beautiful. If things only dropped at low health quicker. This bad boy not only does a shitload of damage, but it also heals me for 15% max health when I kill an opponent with it. Love it. That tied in with the Executioner passive also restores Magicka over 6 seconds, which is beautiful. So health and Magicka, that guy gives me. I love it. Ultimate on my two-handed loadout is my Soul Tether. This is a AoE straight damage and stun, and the closest enemy takes additional damage over a period of time. And if my group is paying attention, they can activate the life-stealing attack, which does a shitload of damage to whatever they're targeting. Hopefully people see this when it pops, because that's pretty awesome. Two-handed passives. Let's see. Forceful is a light and heavy attacks with two-handed weapons. Deal 13% splash damage to one nearby enemy. So it's not AoE necessarily, but it does add additional damage to when you're fighting groups, so it's pretty sweet. Heavy weapons, this grants me additional effect depending on what kind of two-handed weapon I'm using. So axes are going to do a bleed, maces are going to ignore armor, and then my sword, which I'm using now, gives me 3% bonus damage. Very nice. Balance reduces two-handed feat abilities of my brawler and uppercut, which is nice. Saves me on stamina. I love it. My secondary weapon, bow, which is very useful for killing world bosses, and I'll explain that in a bit. So I have Venom Arrow, which does a decent amount of damage and a DOT. It interrupts spells and stuns the caster for 3 seconds. So if I was quick enough to use this on a healer or some such in dungeons or PvP or whatever, this is going to be extremely useful. If I could just get my reaction time up, I get so tunnel vision when I'm fighting something. I just see whatever's in front of me and I just want to fucking kill it. I'm not paying attention to what's going on around me. So as soon as I relax with this game and am able to pay attention to my surroundings a little bit more, this is going to be a lot more useful. My arrow spray, this is a AoE damage and snare. It's very nice. It's good for kiting shit. Scatter shot, this thing's essential to the bow, I think. Especially when you're fighting world bosses. It does a knockback, and when you morph this into, I forget what it's called, it also knocks you back 6 meters. So that's a 12-meter distance that you can put between you and your target. And along with the snare, that's a good combo right there. Swallow Soul is a nice damage and healing over time. Very good for survivability. Love it. And of course my finisher, and then my Veil of Blades, which is something I'm trying out in my bow build again. I was originally keeping it out and just using the same ultimate that I had in my two-handed setup, Soul Tether, but I think this one should work better with a bow because it's also a snare and a damage over time. And if my group's paying attention, they can use a slip away, which grants them invisibility, and I take less damage, so that's overall pretty badass. And if I can find something to kill, here we go. So standard combo, I blink in, that's gonna do my AoE and the snare and all that shit. Knockback or a cleave to open up, whittle them down, finisher. These are low level mobs, so they're dying a lot easier than an equal level mob would for sure. I'll show you that snare. So this guy's snare, as soon as he comes out of his little stun, what you gonna do? You're taking forever, man. Come on. Oh, he did. He did. And that is a killer ability. So 211 crit right there. It's pretty much crit on demand with that vanish. It's pretty sweet. Loving it. This guy's gonna die real quick, but I'll show you that knockback if I can. Look at this guy coming at me. Come on, buddy. Hey, go fuck yourself. So yeah, you just kite the fuck out of shit. With your snare and your knockbacks, pretty fucking sexy. And that's that long cast time on that. But I think the payoff's worth it. It's a hell of an ability, especially in PvP. If you can get it off before you fucking get jacked. I see that little glowy shield around me. That's that shield that I get from cleave. How many enemies I hit determines how many or how great the shield is. Ooh, look at that sneaky little fucker. If you block a mob's heavy attack, they get dazed. And then if you do a heavy attack right afterwards, it's like an automatic knockdown. Pretty sweet. Just done my finisher there, but fuck. I thought I was done for. Also, I want to show you guys something that's pretty hilarious. It's So in each solo dungeon right now, and they're working on this, there is a group of bots, gold farming bots that just sit here and camp the solo dungeon bosses. Now, this is pretty mild actually, only 3 of them here, I'm assuming, unless there's a bunch of stacked inside each other. It's like a fucking train. Choo choo, chka, 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 chka. These guys sit here, they're fucking macroed out to just kill the boss as soon as it spawns. And it's driving people fucking wild. But they're working on it, they're gonna fix it, I don't know how, but they're working on it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Look at this spider here, I'm gonna fucking jack this spider up. That's what I'm gonna do. First person. Oh, that's a fucking beetle or something. Fuck it, I hate you anyway. Die! Alright, let's see if I can get this boss real quick. And, ran out of patience. Anyways, that's it, gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.